And joining us now, former Clinton advisor Dick Morris for his latest columns and newsletters. You can sign up for free at dickmorris.com. But first, let's talk about what happened in Michigan tonight. Before we talk about Nevada and the Clintons, what do you make of the Romney victory?
Well, it's a big win for Romney. Chaos theory is now descending on the Republican Party. You have three different people that won each of the last three primaries. Huckabee probably wins South Carolina, and you have four candidates within 3 points of each other in Florida. There is a very good chance here that there really will be no nominee after Super Tuesday. And the problem is that the party is falling apart. It's splitting into three permanent camps: the social conservatives for Huckabee, the economic conservatives for Romney, and the national security conservatives split between McCain and Giuliani. And each side is totally unforgiving of the other side. Huckabee's tax record, people are picking it apart. Romney's abortion positions, people are picking it apart. McCain's immigration position doesn't satisfy anybody. The immigration position of McCain doesn't satisfy anyone. Rudy's marriage is causing problems. We at some point have to realize that we've got Hillary Clinton out there to defeat. And this purity, this litmus test that now seems to be descending on the Republican Party is a great way to lose the presidency.
When you say we, I guess you're putting yourself with the Republicans, Dick, when you say we have Hillary Clinton to defeat.
Well, they're the ones who are... I'm with anybody that's against Hillary Clinton.
But that means you would support Barack Obama if he were the nominee?
Well, we'd have to see who his opponent is.
I see.
But I think that the... and on the Democratic side, let me say this. What is John Edwards doing in this race? They just had their debate, and they asked lots of questions, but nobody asked Edwards the key question. You have no chance of winning. You're third. You finished third in all of the all of the polls, third in New Hampshire. You're obviously going to lose these races, and all you're doing is splitting the forces for change that you say you espouse.
You have a very interesting piece out with your wife Eileen talking about how Edwards actually can be and will be perhaps a kingmaker in this Democratic nomination process.
Well, I think that what should happen is Obama should get Edwards on the phone and say, I know you like to run for vice president. How about it? And have them publicly form a ticket prior to Florida and be the united forces for change. I think if they did that, they would sweep the Democratic nomination.
You're presuming Edwards would want to be VP nominee again.
Well, he's not going to be president nominee, and it beats being retired.
Well, he could do probably well in the private sector, I'm guessing. But, you know, John Edwards...
Yeah, but if he's VP, he's stepping stone to the White House. He's en route to that. And he and Obama fought a good fight, and the country has clearly opted for Obama over Edwards. But as long as Edwards remains in the race and creams off 15%, Hillary's going to beat Obama. And I think the country, and particularly those Democrats who are supportive of change, need to get on to John Edwards and say, stop indulging your ego by running in this race.
How strong is an Obama-Edwards ticket
reality
versus whoever the Republicans might put up? Is that a very strong ticket? Is that the strongest ticket you feel for Democrats?
Yeah, I think it is. I think that it really resonates, and it's a very strong voice for change. It avoids the polarization that Hillary brings with her. I do feel that Hillary has a tremendous ability to get out single women votes. That's politically very important. But I think that Edwards has to recognize some sense of responsibility here.
Dick, let's stay on the Democrats. Good to see you. 57% for Hillary. She's unchallenged here in Michigan. I found this number pretty fascinating. 38% uncommitted, and also three-quarters African-American voters in Michigan. They're going for Barack Obama. Do you think that's a result of this race controversy we've had for days now?
Yeah, this election has now become totally polarized by race, which was Hillary's objective at the beginning. Obama is winning blacks by 66 to 17, and Hillary is winning whites by 42 to 24. And that polarization leaves Hillary with the majority. And unless Obama shatters that polarization, in this case by teaming up with Edwards, he's falling right into Hillary's trap. And I think that Hillary has now created a racial division in this race. I think she figured she was going to lose blacks anyway, so she might as well play the backlash card and try to get whites. And that's why the whole discussion has been about race.
As we look forward, South Carolina, Florida, heading into Super Tuesday, analyze, because I think I can make a case for all the 5 major Republican candidates that they could win. Make the case who you think is most likely to win, maybe the top 2.
You mean win as in win the election,
I mean,
or win the nomination?
Win the nomination for the Republican side. In other words, you know, Mitt Romney, for example, has 2 wins, 2 golds, 2 silver, if you want to use that analogy, but he also has more votes, more delegates than anybody else, and this is about delegates at the end of the day here.
Well, I think the key thing here is Rudy Giuliani. He finished last, believe it or not, in Michigan, managing to come in under Ron Paul and Fred Thompson. If he can get, but on the other hand, he's polling pretty well in Florida. If he can get his campaign revivified and jump-started in Florida, then I think he still has a strong residual momentum and support among all levels of the Republican Party. If he can't, then I think that will go to McCain. Romney has a huge advantage, which is a huge, gigantic checkbook, which shouldn't be decisive, but when 20 states vote at once, it might well be decisive. Huckabee has a strong base that is going to hang in there for him. I think the most likely result right now is chaos.
Dick, we thank you for being with us.
Factional divisions, and a party falling apart.
Thanks for being with us tonight, and we continue our political coverage tonight with Fox News contributors Michael Steele and Kirsten Powers. Let's pick up right on